Okay, so those familiar with the channel would see the other week I put up a video saying this is appalling, and it was about a repair that was done by another repairer here in Melbourne, and and just the lack of duty of care, etc. So there are a lot of questions asking, so why was it so bad? So I'll do this video and give you an explanation. So here you can clearly see, there was a wet layup for a start. That the fibre, there hasn't been really much care taken in where the fibre is being placed. It's sort of a bit random, and we can zoom right in, and we can see the porosity. The fibres just stray fibres, lumpy resin, more porosity, etc., etc. Moving into another shot, another close-up, you can see right sort of in the middle left of the screen, fiber's actually been sanded through, so there's actually no fiber holding that section together. And because it's a fiber which is actually taking the structural loads, not the resin, how is it going to be taking any load when there's a break in the fiber or the fiber sanded through? And then we also don't know what the underlying plies are, what orientation they are, if they're aligned, if there's any torsional fibres in there, or is it just plus or minus 0.90 woven fabric over the thing. We don't know. The other thing was there was quite a large void marked in yellow, and again, you can see the repair is actually on top of the paint, so you're relying on the bond of the paint to hold the repair. So instead of sanding back to structural material, you're relying on the adhesion of the paint to the structural material. So that's just totally unacceptable as well. You can see the randomness and the sanding, and it's just all over the place, porosity, etc., etc. And again, here we go, sort of a close-up. Again, you can see the porosity, the repair on top of the paint, the fibres just all over the place. And then the fabric, it's a 200 gram plain weave, standard modulus carbon, where the bikes are made out of typically sort of 120 at most gram unidirectional material. So it's completely different fabric. Right, looking at the close-up of the porosity, you can see there's just no compaction on those fibres. So you can see that the fibres are going up and down. We call crimp. There's lots of voids being trapped in there. Just so basically very little compaction in that region. And you can also see that because of the weave of the fabric, the tops of the fibres have been sanded away, so there's actually no continuity of fibre there either. And so obviously you want the fibre to be as straight as possible to take the load. So when a repair is all lumpy, it obviously can't take the load. It's got lower stiffness. The resin content being high, etc., reduces the stiffness as well because it's a composite. So the properties of the resin are actually really important. So we don't know what resin was being used, what the glass transition temperature is. So it means will it go soft on a hot day, etc., etc. Plus, it's on top of paint, not on top of structural material. So, how is it transferring the load through the structure? And then here again we get another look at the porosity, fibre on top of paint, random fibres sanded through, wrinkles. Yeah, I mean that you can see. I hope you can understand now why I was so speechless about this thing. And also why people have a duty of care to provide safe products. And it's just again, another example, repair on top of the paint, porosity. I mean, how many of these pictures do I need to show you before you get the point? So Um, anyway, here's the last picture again, close up of voids. I mean, I don't know how you can look at that and think that that is acceptable. Yeah, it beats me. Anyway, that's why I was so appalled, and I hope that this has given you a bit more information to go on to choose your repairer quite carefully, because your life could depend on it. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.